Happy Thursday, y'all, and the Simpademic here, Jason. I took today off from my day job because I was having a migraine, and given my TBI past here, those two don't mix very well. And I've always had a very long running fear. We have a 2-story campus, and it's an office week. I've always had a running fear of falling down the stairs, and if I'm in a migraine situation which is affecting my equilibrium, not a good combination. So I stayed home today. And what I'm going to discuss here is a really interesting subtopic here. And I actually found inside of a MGTOW subreddit, basically. And there is a, not fully within all of MGTOW, but there's kind of a sub train of thought right now, or a sub-theory, I think is the best way to put it, that men's ability to get relationships and to date is predetermined at birth by physical appearance. And the physical appearance is the only determining factor on whether or not you are able to get a woman or to date. Now, if you've heard of this before, please put it in the comments. If you haven't, do a little bit of research here with me, and share your comments below as well. But the basic message behind this particular train of thought is, if you are not in the dateable range, if you will, if you're not at a physical attraction level, which I think if we're using the old 0 to 10 scale, would need to be a guy, a 9 or a 10. Is the number that I've seen thrown around. And if you are not in that particular level, you might as well go MGTOW, because you are physically incapable of dating or ever getting a relationship. So your future has already been predetermined, and you might as well not even try. Now, if you're listening to this with me here and you're asking yourself, how ludicrous can this possibly be? Just to let you know, I'm right there with you. You know, I've seen some insane things in my time. As many of you, if any of you really knows my full life story, you know I've come pretty close to seeing it all. But this is next level stupidity. And the fact that these men are telling others that there's nothing that you can do to improve your value to the point where you can actually find yourself a woman and date, so you must just give up and go your own way. The funny thing about this is I can actually use female TikTok and YouTube content to debunk this, because we always see them out there talking about how they need a man who is 6 foot tall, which is one thing that you can't control. You have 6-pack abs, which is actually one thing that you can control, and a 6-figure income, which is also something that you do have some control over. Not everybody necessarily aspires to have a 6-figure income. Some of us like to have a life outside of career, but if you are that particular type, you can do it. You know, we're in America. You can do this. And so these are things that you can control. And we have women out there on TikTok and other social media platforms saying as much. I can use women's videos to debunk this baseless theory. So, or you could do it like I do it and just, live your best life and see what happens. I would love to have a woman. I'm not going to lie. I've never really had a true love. The only 2 relationships I've ever previously been in, one was an arranged marriage inside of the International Churches of Christ. The other was a relationship while I was still in the ICOC, but I was with somebody on the outside, which was different because she pursued me. Which actually brings up another point. women have a very good success ratio if they do the approaching themselves. In this case, she got me because of some crazy things that were going inside of the ICOC in Fargo, North Dakota. And for all those circumstances, I was open to the possibilities. Now, was I seeking a woman on the outside at the time? No. But I get invited to have lunch during the work week, and it took off from there. Someone who shared a lot of my values. We never even slept together because she didn't want any children. She wanted, to build her career, and the idea of having an abortion just was not in the realm of possibilities. So we made a grown-up decision to skip that part. And to this day, I'm very grateful I did. She's very grateful we did too, because that career did develop. And she has a family these days. 2 teenage boys. Of course, I have my own 19-year-old daughter. Everything turned out the way it was supposed to. So the whole idea of men, and you're hearing this from a guy who, on that scale of 1 to 10, if I'm being generous, I'm a 5. If you're including all of those difficult challenges I have in my life and my capability of moving mountains for myself and for a potential partner, that 5 might tick up to a 6, which is probably the highest value I would ever give myself as far as what I have to offer. But this whole idea that you can't do anything to change it and that you're just genetically wired to never be able to get a relationship, so you might as well just go MGTOW, stupid. Absolutely stupid. And wrong. Anyhow, that is my spiel for the night. Welcome to the Simpademic. I'm just pleased that you're here. Sharing this time with me and watching me, just kind of talk about these things in life. And whether you agree or not, drop a comment, like, subscribe, and share. I certainly appreciate every tiny bit of support I can get, given that I don't have very much of it at the moment. But anyway, you folks have yourselves a great Thursday night. I will be back tomorrow for the Friday night edition. I'm taking tomorrow off from my day job as well. I'm going to try not to release it in the middle of the day, but if I do, that's why. So anyway, peace out, homies.